Okay. Let's see. Praise Yah. What's good? Welcome in. Or please do come in and join me. Let's have a little chat about stems with the SP-404 Mark II new Koala integration. I do think this could be done prior to the integration. The integration is just cool, so I just want to explore what the workflow might be like using that. So I haven't done this too much. Not here to tutor anybody, just want to have a conversation about stems in general. Koala stems, hear about your experiences, whether you like them, don't like them, think they're usable or unusable. So far, I haven't had too much luck. I really just been trying to find a really cool sample to stem out. So it's almost like finding a reason to stem. Seems kind of silly. And maybe I just don't have that great of a record collection because I wanted to stem something out from vinyl. I finally chose something that has like drums, and I didn't choose something that had vocals on it. It's got drums, like a bass line and some other elements. So that'll do. I think for the most part, my record collection I usually aim to grab records that I already know are kind of bare and already have like individual instrument elements. So maybe that's my difficulty, trying to find something to stem out. All right, well, give me a moment to pull everything up. If you're in here, get active in the chat. Please say what's up so we can have a conversation. That's mainly what this is about. It's mainly about the conversation because this is kind of new to me. Complex Autist, what's up? Well, I'm semi-impressed with MPC stems quality, but how they have laid them out in layers, it's not very helpful and time-consuming. Any thoughts? Well, also that I don't have any experience yet because I really am pretty like stubborn when it comes to moving outside of standalone. That's why you mainly see like standalone devices on my channel. I haven't tried the stems with the MPC. But my thoughts as far as what I've seen with MPC stems, I thought that looked kind of useful. I thought that was, if you look at like all the other stem separator, maybe not all of them, but I've used some of the like app ones, like Moasis, or I think there's one that's called stems. It gives you like 4 tracks, right? And you have audio levels. So I think they laid that out in a consistent way with how the other ones work. But I think you do have options. Don't you have options to just stem them out individually? You don't have to be stuck to that strict, on the layers and stuff. Like you could stem them out and just work with the individual layers if you wanted to, I believe. Burn Mark, what's good? Corey Wins, what's up, man? Been a minute. Personally, I've got the Forest and 404 Mark II, so I'd rather do stems and export elsewhere for easier use. So, I never thought about that, but with the Forest, you don't have stems, though. So, I guess, because there's no Can you run Forest with MPC software? I never had that question till now. Ben, what's good, man? I still think VDJ has the best live stems, beat Serato, and doesn't have work to do on Prime 4 Plus. Okay. Yeah, I've never tried any of those. So really, I'm kind of new to stems in general. But I've tried using the stems on Koala, and I didn't really, and even now, like I've been trying it with some different samples. Even now, I'm not really getting super crazy results. That's why I polled people on my channel asking whether you feel like it's usable. Most people actually, I think it's slightly like 50-50. But the people that did comment were saying, and this is kind of my thought too, was that it's cool to use in like a creative way, but not necessarily in a way where those stems are faithful reproductions of what the multi-tracks would have sounded like, you know. So, but I guess it's fairly new technology. But I mean, how much can you ask for within like a $4 or $5 app, $10? I think when you add on to get the stems, or stems might be a stock thing, I'm not sure. But I mean, the whole app is cheaper than MPC stems, which is $9.99. So yeah, in my comments on my last stream, I forget, I mean, I didn't take note of the screen name or anything, but shout out to you. Gave some insight. He's used FL Studio, MPC stems, and Koala. And interestingly enough, he said MPC stems, I believe, is the highest quality out of those three, at least. FL Studio number 2, Koala number 3. So I'm like you, I work in standalone mostly, so I'm here to see if I can learn something new. Okay. And you got an SP, burn mark. You could say stems from MPC as a program to SD. True. I really don't have a setup that I have a computer. Oh shoot. That's why I don't like this. Try to pull up. I thought my iPad was charged before I came on, so I had to quickly try to charge it, and now I'm having issues, and this is where I usually pull up my chat stream. The in app for the live stream thing the app that I use to stream, the chat window's a little bit annoying, so that may not work. Koala here. Yeah, that is not. All right, I'm gonna do my best as is with it the way it is. So let me open the new program and pull up the overhead. Ooh, that's pretty crooked, huh? There we go. On or off. Okay. Okay, so I'm not currently in Koala controller app mode, but even still, when it's hooked up just via USB cable, you still have like access to the pads. Like you're still able to record to the pads and trigger pads. So I'm probably gonna do, from what I've been messing around with, is gotta load me a kick real quick. See, I don't like that. I have to. Anyways, I'll load me a kick real quick. So I want some drums ready for when I get a sample going. Okay, let's put that one on there. So whenever I trigger a pad, it starts recording here in Koala. Okay. So I'm gonna jump back and forth. So now I know how to get into Koala controller mode simply by holding shift, pressing mark. That'll get me in there, or I can shift and exit to get out. So it's pretty easy to get back in and out of Koala mode. So that's what I'm just gonna be doing here, like probably going back and forth. My thought is what I'm gonna do is move back and forth. Well, I'm gonna go in and sample something in Koala controller mode, and then exit, and then just sample back into the SP, and mainly just use the SP. So today's really just about stems, and maybe developing sort of a workflow with this, and then yeah, more so than it being about controller mode today. So I explored that in the last stream, really just trying to figure it out. But let me pull up. What did we want to do? I want to do this one. Putting up controller. Nah, this is what I did last time. Maybe I'll go. This is the big screen. And this as. Where am I gonna put it? I guess we'll do that for now. If I accidentally block you, forgive me, because like I said, this whole chat thing in this app is trash. That's why I stopped using it and started just going to my stream on YouTube from the iPad. I just can't navigate it very well. I'm trying to see if there's a setting to make it better. Okay. All right, so I did find not really something I would sample usually, but it's got drums, bass, and another element, so hold up. I'm gonna turn my mic off. So I'll get my voice in there. All right, so I got something here. Oh, I thought I did. I don't hear anything. It's just super quiet or what? That's what I'm seeing with like recording samples into Koala, is that they seem super quiet. But for some reason I can't hear this at all. Why is that? Hold up. All right, there it is. And that's I wanted to be able to chop from the SP, but I never figured out if that was possible. I don't think it is, since it was included in that Koala integration app for the SP that was on the Roland site. So, hey, what's the point of having that? Okay, so. Alright, so tools, split stems. There are no vocals, so I'll take that out. Split. Give it a little minute. All right, it's about 50% done. B Jammin said it's useful, but certain songs are gonna be better than others. Take the parts that you can use and leave the rest. Complex artist. It's great for that one part of a track you always wanted, such as a clean bass line. It has its uses, but not quite what I hoped for yet. Ram, what's up? It's been a minute, man. Thanks for coming in. Hit the MPC one. When I sample, I usually don't use people's music. I'd rather play. What do you mean when you sample, you don't use other people's music? Like you replay something? Like you hear something you like and then you replay it? Or what does that mean? Sampling, chopping, and then automating the chops can bring some cool-ish out. Did they implement the top knobs to control FX in Koala? I don't think so. I just put my samples and drums on bank F, like what when you're hooked up, because that gives you bank F. Okay. Well, can you do anything with the samples on the banks that are for the SP wilding controller mode? Can they be like sequenced in Koala or something? Because what's the even benefit of that? And then you never have to control it. Yeah. Trying to figure out what if controller mode, like I think it thing, the integration is pretty tight, like smooth and all that, but I'm wondering if it's something that I'll really even use. Although at this point it is the best controller, but it's still like a $500 controller, so I don't know how many people are buying SPs just for that. But yeah, man, I'm willing to explore it to see, because I like just the SP on its own. So like in what areas? I know this has some other things, like someone mentioned in an FB post that Koala has sidechain. Well, we still didn't get sidechain for the SP stems, of course, like we're looking at now. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you still get the SP vibe, but like I think the sequencing on like for a beginner, the sequencing on Koala is a lot better. I think it's probably easier to figure out. But I'd rather just use this sequencer because it's built in. So the integration is so smooth that, yeah, man, it's like just using an SP. But in that case, why don't I just use my SP? And I'm not hating on it at all. I think it's kind of cool and it's something worth exploring. So this is where we're at. Let's take a listen at the stems. All right. Okay, so this is the drums, and now the drums so far, those aren't great results. That doesn't sound like what I've heard from MPC stems, right? Someone was saying like maybe layered kind of gives you the vibe of the sample, but then you can add some knock with some actual high quality drum samples. That I'd probably not use. So bass line, the bass is all right. I do like that I can like play anything in Koala and then like turn on any of the effects and affect them. So that's cool. Like you can actually improve the sound of something by like EQing it. Like I could use that as a starting point, build some drums around that. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm leaning towards is maybe this here. I was hoping for the strings. I guess they kind of like phase in and out though. My thought was to throw some compression on this and see what the 303 sounds like. Oh, so yeah, I think throwing a compressor on there I think will help because like with the phasing, the sound like kind of just dropping in and out. That doesn't sound too good. So compressor helps a little bit. What? Okay, scratch it. All right, so I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna exit this mode. Shift and exit. Just go into SP. I got some drums. I'm just gonna sample this in with some compression. And let's go. Let's do that real quick. All right, so I'm actually out of Koala for now. Tighten this up. See if it's good. I don't know if that's it. Okay. Let's copy this and put it over here. Put in bank C to chop. I gotta figure out what the tempo is on this first. You just gotta press the button now. Little button. All right, let me try to sequence this. Make All right, so I guess that's my tempo, 87.5. I wonder if I should have left the vocal option on when I did the stems. This has like 3 elements in it, so it's not really fully a stem. You got pianos, strings on it. And I might have been able to find this section at a different part of the record. It was at 87.5. Yeah, JA, that's what I was saying. The ability to just start endpoints for your samples for Koala would be nice. That's exactly what I was looking for. Ram, I agree they could just make Koala the main screen for the SP now and have tactile feedback for stemming, chopping, etc. It'd be dope if Roland made an actual standalone device that would be dedicated for Koala. Now that's something I would definitely use on its own. Okay, cut it out. All right, stop. Might as well go ahead and implement every feature. What was the turn off velocity? Michael Davis was good. What's still very buggy? Set it to fixed velocity. I'm not sure what you're suggesting that for. I don't remember. Yeah, if you could adjust the EQ like that with the knobs, that would be awesome. I mean, you can do the right now currently you can do the filter, like the tone from the knobs. You sample to get textures. Okay. That's interesting. I'd like to see that process a little bit. You can't even map it, so it's not possible. Yes, you can use controller mode and the other pads. The benefits of Koala's got a better sequencer. Well, I think that's subjective. No, but like I was saying initially, probably for beginners, people that may need to use the visual. You know, for me, that's kind of a part of actually why I like the SP now. Now that I'm acquainted with the sequencer and I like it quite a bit, is I rather not see. I rather not like obsess about where every single note is landed like I do when I'm on the MPC. Like if I look at something and it's just like kind of slightly off, I might adjust it when it doesn't necessarily need to be adjusted according to my ear. But being able to see that throws my judgment off a little bit. So I like the fact that I can't see the notes on the SP. So, but other than that, what would make the sequencer better, do you think, in your opinion, other than maybe having the grid view and the visual notes that you can adjust? What about it, Ben, do you think makes the sequencer better? Well, I can say myself also the fact that it feels like you're jumping in a whole new section of the SP when you go into the sequencer, and you do feel a little locked up until you figure it out. It's like, you go into the pattern. Now the pads reflect the patterns. So if you don't know that pressing pattern select will allow you to audition samples and stuff like that, workflow can feel a little bit, let me say, not smooth. I was trying to think of a different word for not smooth. So yeah, that. But yeah, I definitely like Koala in a standalone device. I think with all the dedicated buttons and stuff would be pretty damn hard to beat. So, the integration is cool, but for me, like I probably am still just gonna lean towards standalone and just use that as a supplement for some things. Just exploring it. We'll see if it develops into something. I'm gonna do an auto chop thing. 16. Go ahead and get down from there. Come. Bella. Get down right now. Okay. So yeah, but yeah, I'm feeling like, man, this isn't really stemming when I have all these elements. I'm just gonna mess with it though for now. Just something to play some drums too, real quick. Alright, before I do some drums, let me just, well, Michael Davis says it's pretty much the screen addition to the SP. Yeah, well, I mean, I know y'all didn't just get your SPs to be controllers, though. You know. Well, I think this is cool. I've yet to see if it's something I'm gonna be using normally. You know what I mean? Like, I think I might try. I was trying to like go back and forth between Moasis and this for the stems, because someone put me on that I can actually record into that. I didn't know you could. Maybe that was a recent addition to that platform. But I put it on my tablet, and I think the stems are maybe a little bit better in that. So maybe I'll explore that. But yeah, I know I didn't get my SP just to be a controller, and it's pretty expensive to be a controller, just a controller. But I would spend $500 for sure on like a standalone Koala sampler. I think a standalone Koala sampler would really give every other machine a run, because it is just that intuitive, man. It's just very simple, 3 screens. That would be dope. Like I could picture that, like the whole Koala screen. But that would be, I think that'd be difficult to make something like that where you can, because I know some people like to do it to play this way. Well, I like to keep it this way, so I have the NPC style pads. That'd be wild if they made one where you can actually just turn it like a phone and choose. But I don't know, that wouldn't really make too much sense. But yeah, I could see that. Like even if it was just the same exact form as this, I think that could work. But make it like the new Chaos, the core Chaos replay thing that they put out, that everyone was pretty upset about it not having a sequencer and at the price that it was. But if it had like a screen this big that was a touch screen, I don't think you'd even need a touch screen. But you have like 3 little buttons for the different sections. Like the main sections, like the sampler, the sequencer, and the effects. It could be really dope, but right now this is cool. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Yeah, you have to buy the chopping. That's like another $3.99, right? Doesn't that Samurai mode also give you the stems, or do the stems come like with the original version? Koala has a great note repeat. So I don't really mess with note repeat that much where I really even care. But yeah, the SP roll is just not something I use either. SimCity, Big World, what is good? And that is, yeah, another benefit of Koala is you have more than 2 octaves in the chromatic mode. JA, I mean, if you have chops quality, you can adjust the start points of the chops from the SP. Right, yeah. Together they give you the marriage license. Yeah, maybe that's in a future update. And I hope they still do. Like, I'm pretty happy with the ability to name samples. No one cares. I haven't heard a single person talk about it other than from the official site. No one cares. It seems like that's really what made it for me. I can unplug from Koala and everything else and just be happy with that. Although it would still be good if they did some improvements on that, like the ability to use the delete button to delete characters when you're naming samples. JA, probably, to be honest, adjusting the points with a controller is not great. It needs to be. Do you have a controller with Koala? I had bought one by Donner, the Starry Pad, and I thought that was pretty cool. That was one of the first things I mapped, was the start endpoints. And right, it's not super. It probably should be fine tuned, because you can't get really detailed. Like if there was a zoom, if you could control the zoom, then you can get more fine detailed. But because I don't think that's possible, yeah, like you said, it's kind of jumpy. I don't know. Michael Davis, you're talking about something being jumpy too. I thought maybe you guys are talking about 2 different things, or maybe I'm. Nervous Cooks, what's good, man? I've seen some of your content. Yeah, that was definitely. I was checking out some of your stuff when I was looking to get into Koala. After using MPC stems, and Rip X, I'm afraid Koala stem separation just isn't as good. It may get updated though. Yes. Okay. Well, it's good to hear like someone who has some experience with all those. Yeah, it's not just me. The stems isn't. I mean, it does get better with other platforms. So. Yeah, Koala's been having stems for a while now, and we're still working on or waiting on stems for standalone. It's good for pulling sound bites. The camera that I'm using, if you're asking about the overhead, that's just my Samsung Galaxy S23 or 22. That's this, and then this camera right here is OBS bot 4K tiny 4K camera, and that's the original one. They've come up with like an updated one, but I got the original one. They all lack. Ben, you've used the MPC stems. I bought Akai stems, and I'm waiting for the standalone to drop like care package for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I'll use it as much as I mean, like I'm excited to explore it, but who knows if it'll even be a thing for me. It's like me here trying to find a sample in the last couple days just to do this stream. It makes it feel like I'm just, when you find like a reason to buy something, or you like you see something like at a Goodwill or something at a thrift store, and you're like, hey, I could use that for something. Dustin McAdams was good. I just use others' music as an idea to get inspiration, for sure. The Blatantly Blatant Network, what's good? Forgot Koala had stems, for real. Salute, bro. The stem is what you make it. Yeah, sample choice is key. It has to be relatively clean in the first place. They all struggle if a track is heavily layered with a lot of elements. I don't use stems much either, to be honest. Yeah, I was going to try to pull like a sample from Splice that was pretty busy. And then that kind of takes away from the point, because Splice, I mean, you could find the stems in Splice. When I start the stem, I will layer it up and add more textures. Princess wants to cook on a stream too. Yeah. What is that? DJ Lorian Baker? Moises produces better stems. For sure, I thought I might have heard a little bit. Like, I need to go in there again, check it out. Use Moises. Yeah, see, that's the thing too, Ben. That's what I'm thinking. Like running it through some stuff, some effects to kind of come up with some creative, weird sounding ideas. I think the fact that nudging notes is much easier. Yeah. But that's, yeah, so for someone who wants to do that, then yeah. I just like to rely on my timing and improve that, so I don't really think about like the grids too much. Do all the sequences in the SP-404 app and have the MIDI notes as a visual, then when you disconnect from the computer, the step sequencer keeps the MIDI notes. Is that true? Like you, in between, is there any integration with Koala app with the MIDI notes and the pattern sequencer? Is that true? That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be really dope. And I was talking about this in my last stream as far as the integration goes. If the samples that you sampled here in the, or through the app, on the app, actually recorded simultaneously to the SP, And then on top of that, like talking about the patterns, if the patterns would translate too, that would be dope. Because then I would actually be like, yo, I'm probably gonna use this every time. But just the fact, because I just don't like to rely on external stuff. Usually, I don't know, it's just stubborn. Maybe it's stupid. But you know, it is what it is. Just the way I'm thinking. Stick with standalone. Instead of nudging notes, usually add silence in front of all my drums and samples and manipulate the start points. Yeah, I've heard of that, like where you don't trim off all the silence, like because if you're sampling your own drums, you're not always gonna hit it right on the point. So oftentimes you'll have a little extra space. So yes, I've contemplated that when I'm editing my samples, not to like, maybe I just leave it like that instead of try to really tighten up the start point where the transient is. I think being able to finish the complete song makes the sequencer better. I mean, you can do it in the SP for sure. I think maybe it just it's just making things a bit easier and smoother when you have that visual aid. But sometimes, like, I can argue, and I will throw out the argument that, yeah, while it might be easier, you're still creating a crutch. And while having a visual helps, music is more of something that's felt or heard, really. So when you don't have those visual aids, you will develop your ear and ability to work around those limitations of having a visual. But yeah, likewise, the SP has been for me a song starter as well, man. So I'm not like disagreeing with you. I just like this month I'm gonna finish a song in the SP. Now I think it's pretty basic, so I mean, maybe not something too impressive as far as the instrumental goes, but it is my goal to finish a song. I got a beat, I got some lyrics already ready, and just need to record it, find some creative ways of doing it, and then use one of the new features, which is like I think there's an export or a resample, like a quick resample of pattern sequences or pattern chains. Haven't exported yet, but I read it in there and I heard someone saying it. So on top of that, just probably take a 2-track that's resampled and resample it again through, or maybe I could just turn the effects on before I resample that pattern chain and put a compressor on there. And we'll see. The mastering part might be a little bit more difficult, although I don't do too much when I master them in the SP. I really just put a limiter on there and a light compression at the top and some filtering at the really low end, like beneath 40 or something like that. They could make the SP standalone if we ramp the 404 companion. What do you mean they could make the SP standalone? I mean, they could develop an app or like develop that app even more, maybe, and put some more stuff into it. Like I think they already did. Like you can, what is it? You can chop samples now in there, or you can adjust patterns in there. I don't know. One of those. Team up is cool, but I agree using them independently, still linked via audio, so you can send samples between. But the dedicated integration it's clunky to you. Oh, okay. I was super impressed, Nervous Cooks. Like when I first explored it, like it's just the level of stuff that you can do. Like just the fact that you can navigate your samples, which is something you can do on the SP too. So it's like, huh. I was gonna get 37 key, but gonna wait till 37 key comes. What do you mean? What does that mean, SimCity Big World? Maybe that was a mistype. Were you gonna get the 37, the MPC key 37, but now you're gonna wait till what comes out? I wish pattern select MIDI went from Koala to 404 and would be a game changer. Yeah, that's. I thought someone was saying that it does do that. That would be amazing. Raven operator, what's good? Got notification of this dream? We're all in a dream, bro. In a simulation. Just dreaming it together. Nah, not even stream. You can sidechain in Koala. Use my SP both standalone. Koala use desktop too. I'm gonna go grab some soda real quick. Need a refill. Two bars. Duplicate that. Sample. space. Let's try this one. No, maybe not. Yeah. Love a physical Koala standalone unit, that would be fire. Don't need no repeat, but I like trying other styles for sure. Yeah, the Koala integration means you need to have a good memory for shortcuts. I mean, not really. Is that true? I mean, not any more than the SP with like the shortcuts. But like, if you look at it, turn it on real quick. Let's not turn it on. I don't think it required too much learning using your memory, because like if you hold shift, it shows you which of these menus work and they're consistent. Like if I press this, if I hold shift and press this, you look at the top of the screen, there's a little blue, um, there's like this little line with information. It says MIDI velocity on, MIDI velocity off. So fixed velocity on the SP translates as the same thing on the Koala sampler. And then the same thing goes for, like, say, chromatic mode, I believe. I think I got to be in here. So yeah. So see that? How it turns chromatic mode on, and it's the same in the SP as it is in Koala. So you're doing pretty much the same action. And then metronome, turn my metronome on and off. There's a utility menu, just brings you into the settings in Koala. I don't know if you can navigate these really. I think it's still going to require some using the touchscreen, but that's as much as I know so far. Import, export, you can do that. Tap tempo, same. And I believe no. I don't know how to actually tap tempo from the physical unit, but yeah, most of the menus are the same as it would be if you're just using the SP. So not much recalling information there. There's some things I don't remember, but I've only tried this once in that stream, really. Some things I've kind of remembered, like, see, like pattern select to go into your sequencer. Same thing, just that changes your sequencer back and forth. Rec is record, right? Turn it on and off. This is a little different, but I haven't had any trouble memorizing this. This is your play button, is your sub pad. So Koala combos are cool, but with the touch screen, you don't need to learn all these combos unless you're bent on doing it. I'm pretty far back in the chat, aren't I? No doubt, Nervous Cooks, man. Keep up the good work. I like your content, man. Yes, I have the software stems for MPC. Serato stems are the way to go. I just wish Serato stems could be like an iOS or a phone app. I would have messed with it a long time ago. Love Serato sampler the best. So the sound quality of the stems are the best with that over the MPC. $50. Love it. Daniel Ivan, what's up? I'm not really sure the processor on the MPC is powerful enough for standalone on this version. Anyways, probably why it's taking a while for them to, like, get it working properly. Yeah, I was trying to explore the microscope feature in the SP. That's for, like, in the step sequencer, right? Nudging stuff. So I don't know. I kind of gave up on that for the time being. Everything depends on the style of music you're making. Certain styles are easy to make. Ooh, oh no. Man, this chat window needs an improvement. Maybe I'm gonna pull this up. I'll pull it up on my phone so I can actually keep up what's going on here. Probably wrap this up in a second. Well, that's not bad. All right, let's see what y'all are talking about. Pull this up. Maybe I didn't word that right. Raver operator, dream, stream, all good, multiply. No doubt. I didn't word that right. It works well, but I mean, clunky as in the SP workflow is great, and so is the Koalas. But together, yeah, like together, you might as well just. That's what I was kind of saying earlier. Slows you down. Yeah, like I was saying, like why not just use one or the other? It's cool. Like for maybe certain things they supplement each other, but yeah, I don't know if it really speeds up the workflow to use. I don't know. Dustin McAdams, the SP cannot sidechain like Koala. People have been asking for a minute. 404, yeah, can Koala sequence sounds in an SP? I believe you can sequence the sounds from Koala in the SP when you just plug it in and you don't put it in controller mode. Because I'm still able to seamlessly control the pads from Koala with the SP without controller mode. And plus you got the audio working fine. Oh, it's DeLorean like the car. My mom just spelled it funny. What? I wish it was that way with the SP-404 app. Koala is as easy as it gets. Yeah, I agree, man. Very simple. Even the sampling, I think, has like a micro step above simplicity with the SP. And you have options like the way that the pads work. See, I was just imagining that would be super fire if Koala made a standalone device, but also the way that it is here, like clear pads. If Koala had a standalone device like this with clear pads so you can see the wave in there, that would be some next level stuff. But yeah, sampling just like that without having to go into a sampler screen like the MPC, right? Or even with the SP without having to hit record, then press pad, then hit record. It's a slight bit quicker because you just hit the pad and then hit the pad again. But you have the option the way it behaves by like setting it for hold, right? You can do sample the pad by holding. So you just press, and when you're done recording, let go. So that's nothing beats that quickness for sampling at all. So the simplicity of it, like the user-friendly intuitiveness of just pressing the pad while sampling is by far probably the best thing. So, but this is cool because it's kind of intriguing to think what might be the future of collaborations between Koala and Roland and what that might mean. Because if they're really like working together like this, does that possibly mean like a standalone Koala device? Is that what it might mean? SP is getting easier. You can't sequence samples in the 404 app, only editing. Oh, that's good info. I was worried. Yeah, with the shortcuts. Anyone tried East West VST? The what East West? Yeah, I tried those back when I was in college, when I was in music production college. I had some of those. I still have them, I think, on my laptop. I don't use. It's kind of busted. I do like how easy Roland made it to change colors of the pads. SimCity Big World, what are you referring to that would be dope? The clear pads with the waveform in the actual physical standalone Koala device? Because that's what I'm thinking. You can see the pads with wave and stuff. Yeah. Oof. Koala and Akai equal Mac Mini. Get out of here with that. Get. What are you talking about? This is a standalone stream. Grad, what is up? It'd be easy to do seeing a few Linux headless boxes people have made. I'm not sure what you mean. I know what Linux is, but headless boxes. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, well, let me see if I can get this bass line down and wrap things up. just me. LMRAVN.